Hi, in this video, we will learn what are constructors in Java and why do we need them. Now, a constructor is basically of two types, such as the default constructor and also the parameterized constructor. Now, before diving deep into the topic of constructor, first let us check out what is actually a constructor in case of object-oriented programming. So here inside the IntelliJ IDE and within the rectangle.java class, let us do one thing. Right after the instance variable declaration, let us define our constructor. So first, we need to define a modifier such as public and then give it a space and define the name of the constructor. Now, a constructor for a class should always have a name exactly same as that of the class name. So here I will now define rectangle, that is the name of the constructor should always be same as that of the class name, right? So simply type rectangle and then use the parenthesis, that is bracket open and close, and then define the body of the constructor by using the pair of curly bracket open and close, right? And now hit enter and then we need to write our code here. Now you must be thinking this public rectangle resembles similar to that of a method. Here in case of a method, if you notice, we have a public modifier and similarly we have the public modifier. And here again we have the name of the constructor and here again we have the name of the method as getArea. And followed by the name we have the bracket open and close, and similarly in case of method we have the bracket open and close. But the only difference is that in case of a constructor we don't have any return type. So we should never mention the return type in case of a constructor. Unlike in case of method where we can have a return type such as float, void, int and so on. But in case of constructor we can never have the return type, right? So always remember this. And now in case of a method we can simply pass few parameters such as int x or string str and so on depending on our requirement, right? Now similar to the method in Java, in case of constructors as well, you can also pass few parameter, as for example, let's call it float length and then float breadth like this, right? Now whenever we pass some parameter within a constructor, it is known as the parameterized constructor. And now what about the default constructor? Now in case of default constructor, we don't have any parameter. So simply use public rectangle and then bracket open and close. And soon after this, within the block, you may write your own code, right? Now since this constructor does not accept any parameter, so it is known as the default constructor in Java. So these are the two different types of constructor. Now since these two constructors resemble closely to that of the method, so these constructors are also known as the special type of method in Java. Now that we have understood what are constructors, let us see why do we need it. Now within the main.java, let us write our code. So here we are creating the rectangle object and then defining the value of the length and breadth, right? Now when we use the new rectangle, it simply creates a new object inside the heap memory. Now if you notice here, we are having rectangle followed by bracket open and bracket close. Now if you notice inside the rectangle.java, we have rectangle followed by bracket open and bracket close. So when this statement is actually executed, it simply triggers the default constructor within the rectangle.java class. So here, let us write our code. Let's say default constructor triggered. And here for the parameterized constructor, let us again write our print statement. Let us print out the parameterized constructor triggered. And now let us try to run our code from the main.java. So here we got the default constructor triggered. So when this statement is executed, rectangle, it simply calls for the default constructor, right? And then we are assigning the value of length and breadth. Now here in this case, we are assigning the value of length and breadth soon after we create the object. Now what if we initially know the length and breadth values? So for that, we can simply use the parameterized constructor that accepts the parameter of float length and breadth. So within the main.java, let us create the rectangle R2 object equal to new rectangle. Now here, if I simply pass few parameters, let's say length as 20.4f and the breadth as, let us assume 18.2 2f. Now, let us run the code and let's see what happens when this statement is executed. So there we go, for rectangle 2, parameterized constructor was actually triggered. Now what happens is that this constructor is basically a special kind of method, right? So the Java virtual machine in the runtime looks for the best possible match. So there it finds two parameters. Now within the rectangle.java, we have a special constructor defined that accepts the two parameter, right? So thereafter, this constructor was actually triggered. Now what is the benefit of passing these two values within this constructor? Now the primary purpose of using the constructor in Java is to initialize our instance variable, right? So within this, what we can do is, let us remove all the code and use this length, right? So let us use length equal to the incoming length, that is this float L, and then use this breadth equal to this B. So when this constructor is triggered, it simply supplies the value to this length and breadth. So from the main.java, if you try to print out, let's say r2.length and also r2.breadth, then you will simply get the value as 20.4f and 18.2f. Let us now run the code. So there we go, we are getting the value as 20.4 and 18.2 as expected for this object of R2. So always remember, if you know the initial value of the instance variable, then you can simply create the parameterized constructor. So this is the beauty of the parameterized constructor, that within one statement you are able to provide the values for the length and breadth by simply passing the values inside the constructor itself. Unlike in case of default constructor, we had to again write code in order to give the value of length and breadth by writing two more lines of code. Now at the end of this video, I will give you a very small code practice. Now similar to what we have done in case of rectangle.java, we have defined two constructors, right? Now in case of dog also, you need to create the default constructor and also the parameterized constructor. So take it as an assignment and we will check out its solution in the next video. Are you guys ready for the quiz now? Here is the question for you. If I have a class aliens, then can my constructor be named as Yoda? Answer in the comment section below. One lucky winner would receive an exciting Internshala Trainings merchandise. Hope you enjoyed learning about constructors in Java. This video is a part of Internshala Trainings core Java training program. And to learn the basic concepts of Java and object-oriented programming, visit the link in the description. To learn exciting new concepts and skills on the go, subscribe to our channel and click on the bell icon to stay tuned.